Hello, welcome to PIPS on Location. My name is Master Corporal Anthony Harris of the Wilmington Department of Police. The Wilmington Police Department has designed a program called the Youth Police Academy to establish a positive relationship with our kids. Let's take a look and see what kids have learned.
The goals of the Academy are to develop responsible citizenship, to provide positive interaction with police officers, and to educate our youth about the challenges and responsibility of police work. So it is an application process. What we did this year is we posted it on the City of Wilmington website. In addition to that, there was some information that was posted in the Wilmington Police Department's Facebook page. And we also ran a couple of ads in the News Journal. It's offered to youth between the ages of 12 and 17, and we like to keep the numbers around 25 because the type of academy we're trying to run it's very hands-on with some instruction, but we want the attendees to want to get them involved as much as possible. So we try to keep the numbers between 20 and 25 is pretty much the max. Now the curriculum for the Academy, it gives an overview. We break it down. Each day they'll start with physical training. Usually it's just light calisthenics. Some days we'll take them out for a run. We've used Hicks Anderson Community Center, the gymnasium over there. So each day we'll start with a little bit of physical training. What we do is we tell the kids that just try your best. If it gets to the point where you need to take a break, that's fine. We just want them to experience that. Then we bring them back here. We move on with some instructional, where one day might be patrol functions. We may talk about leadership and conflict resolution. One day we might have criminal investigations come in. And mixed in between those days, there's practical exercises that way. Because the one thing is we don't want them just sitting here for 2 weeks after spending 8 months in school. So we want to be as hands-on as possible. And that's one thing that when we were putting this together that we really emphasized. We wanted to find ways for them to really get involved and learn by doing, not just by sitting and listening. So, you know, they get the experience. A lot of things that we do as police officers. There were a couple of practical exercises, so they had the opportunity to experience what it's like to do a car stop, to use radios, to call in a car stop, how to approach a car, really be on the other side of that as far as being a police officer. We did a practical exercise where they got to be investigators. They got the experience again, what it's like to be dispatched on a call. To respond to the call, try to make a determination what type of incident it is, whether it's a miscellaneous, whether it's a crime in progress, and from there they really they worked as a team. They each had a role. We had some of the kids got to be evidence technicians, where they had to find a crime scene, determine if there's any evidence left at the scene. They got to process it for fingerprints, and then we had some that were acted as detectives, where they got to do the interviews and really try to solve the situation, the case, or determine if it was a robbery or a burglary. And I think they did a nice job. We definitely saw a lot of teamwork, and I think they took it serious and had fun with it. The way it's structured is it starts just like a police officer would, with the application, and once they're in, the first day is orientation. We give them an overview of what the expectations are, the schedule, and just like an officer in a police academy, the last day they'll take a test based on all the information that they got during the 2 weeks, and it ends with a graduation on the final day.
My uncle's a cop, my uncle's brother's a cop, and I want to be a cop ever since I can remember. Basically, how much they put their lives in danger to protect us, and how much we could do that to help them get guns and stuff off the street.
I was interested in it, and I was just like, I'm just going to do it. And plus, after I finish the Air Force, I'm going to be a police officer. Yeah. And stuff. Like at first I thought, they don't really do anything, and you know, they don't care. But now I know that officers really do care about, you know, the youth as in today, and it changed my whole, you know, point of view of being an officer. So now I actually want to be a police officer. So. And we about to go help the community to the Sunny Breakfast Mission, and I like helping people, so that's one of the things I like about this program.
Well, my pop-up interests me, and I was, you know, interested in being a police officer. So then when he told me about the academy, then it just, you know, made sense to take my opportunities I could now. So that's what I did. And I just. It opened my eyes to like things I didn't know about cops and laws and what they can and can't do. Like, it's a lot harder than I thought it would be, but I'm always up for a challenge. So from here on, I plan to graduate from Cap Callaway and then go into the Air Force and become an officer in the Air Force. And then either, if depending on how I like the Air Force, I will come home and then become a police officer. And if not, then I want to stay in the Air Force. I have a lot of respect for police officers. I didn't know their job would be as hard as it seemed. I thought a lot of them are just jerks and they just pull people over, but this really opened my eyes to what they actually do, and that every day they could not come home. So I have a lot of respect for them.